Hey there, Shannon with Be Disciplined here, and welcome to Fitspo Friday. Yes, that is a new title. My last few videos have been way too long, have way too much information, and honestly have been really boring. And so I want to first apologize, and hopefully I'm not that boring in person, and if I am, gosh, I really apologize for y'all having to put up with me. But I'm going to try to keep these short and sweet and just bringing you informative Fitspo that you can start implementing today. So that said, let's get to it. So today I want to ask you to get real. And I'm saying get real, y'all. So Todd just sent me this quote the other day, probably because my company is Be Disciplined. It's Jim Rohn who said, you can choose discipline or you can choose regret. And I love this because it's so simple, yet so packed with truth. You know, discipline is not something you either have or you don't have, right? So many times people say, I wish I had your discipline, or I don't have discipline, or I'm not as disciplined as you. And that's just a lie we tell ourselves. You know, discipline is also something that once you have it or once it's attained, you don't have it forever, right? I mean, you have to constantly work on it. It's a choice. Discipline is certainly a choice. Discipline is also something that you need to cultivate. We all need to cultivate daily. And so that said, we're human, y'all, and we are not perfect. We will fail. I fail quite a lot, but we always have the choice on how we respond to setbacks and disappointments, or, you know, a string of bad luck, or, you know, even a tragedy. So I'm going to ask you to get real and ask yourself, what are you choosing? And more importantly, to get real specific on what you are choosing where. So if you are taking the time to watch this, especially, you know, again, after those other long videos, I might forget Fridays. So again, another apology. And also if you're just, you know, working in and with Cool Banker Distinctive Properties, you are already considered a high performer, right? That means you have areas in your life, you are crushing it. You are like on top of it. Other areas, maybe you're not crushing so much, and so you might want to work on those a little bit. So for me, I divide my areas, or the areas of my life, to what I call the 5 F's. And yes, if you know me, I do say that F word, but that's not in here. And I'm not going to say it in this video, but they are faith, family and friends, that's in one category, fitness, finance, and lastly, fun. So on a scale of 1 to 10, getting real, where would you rate yourself in each of these categories, right? Such as, you know, where are you in your faith? For me, my goal is to, you know, have my morning appointment with God, right? I give him the first time in my day. If I miss that appointment because I sleep in, or I'm up too late, or kids got up in the middle of the night, or I didn't sleep, it throws my whole day off, y'all, and I don't show up in other areas as my best self. I lack patience. I lack, you know, that kind of connection to mind, body, soul. So, you know, that's what it is for me. For you, it might be journaling or meditating, or, you know, writing in a gratitude journal. So get real, get honest, and give yourself a score scale of 1 to 10. And do this again with all of the other F's. Your family and friends. How are you showing up, honestly, in these roles? Are there relationships you might need to edit? Are there areas that you want to, or more importantly, need to improve? Rate yourself there. Your fitness, you know, how are you fueling your body? How are you moving your body? How are you restoring yourself? That's sleep, okay? And most of us don't get enough sleep. So rate yourself honestly there. Finance, that's, you know, goes in with your career as well, right? Are you living to your budget? Do you even have a budget? For most people, that's a no, and don't feel shame, right? Just get real so you know where you can improve. How are you performing at work? Are you showing up and collecting a paycheck, or are you going over and above so you can earn that recognition, earn that raise, earn that promotion, and earn the respect of not just your managers, but your colleagues too. Being a leader in that business, in that position, right? You don't need to be in leadership or have a managerial title to be a leader. And then lastly, fun. So this is where I feel many of us don't focus enough time on. So, as high performers, we're so busy in our own journey of personal growth that we don't take the time for, or even worse, forget what fuels our soul. So what fuels your soul? What are you doing for fun? Rate yourself on a 1 to 10 and see where you can improve there. I'm here to tell you that it's okay not to be so serious. In fact, I implore you not to be so serious all of the time and, put some fun in your life. So that's what I've got for this week. Next week, I'm going to be coming to you with a 5-week challenge though, and it's on the one thing you can do to choose discipline over regret. So that will start next week, y'all. Until next week, be disciplined and have a blessed day.